week, even maybe next weekend, will be pleasant, Joseph, compared to what we've been through lately?
Yeah, Jenny, we have weather that's going to be great for walking. I think on Saturday, a few more clouds start to roll on in. Hopefully we stay away from the rain. So for now, I think that forecast is going to be holding pretty well. But if you're going to be outdoors in the next 6 hours or so, we're still dealing with some air quality issues. And I'll show you some of those readings here in just one second. You can even still see some of the wildfire smoke out there, especially if you're looking out towards the east. Vancouver, looking across the river into Portland there's the airport. As you can tell there's definitely a little bit of smoke there, and that goes for the Dalles too. All that smoke is kind of pushing to the east. Now, if you're west of I-5, there's still some spots that are finally looking to be blue, and that's Lincoln City and McMinnville, where we finally are cracking through the clouds. We've cleared out the smoke, and it just looks a lot nicer out there. Well, let me show you this model now. So it's going to take into effect what we have going on right now, but what's coming up in the next few hours. You can follow along with the time here. What we really want to see is this whole curtain of smoke here push to the east, and then continue to push out of here and clean on out so we can really improve the air quality across the whole state. It's still going to be hanging around for Central Oregon till probably Wednesday. Notice by the time we get to about midnight there, we finally get some of that smoke on out for areas like the Dalles and extending down through Madras. For us, though, that's going to be this afternoon into the evening hours when we start to really notice some changes east of I-5. But I think it's going to be more so on Tuesday before we really get the full effect of what's going on. Okay, here's the view of the Dalles behind me. So yeah, that smoke screen is out there. You can anticipate kind of maybe some burning eyes if you're sensitive to that kind of particulate. And that's going to be hanging around for, again, probably the next couple of days for Central Oregon. But overall, some positive signs. Once we get that onshore flow, that's going to really help us on out. And as that smoke clears, things will improve steadily behind it. Behind this whole system that we had going on this weekend, we have some cooler air as well. So temperatures, instead of being in the 80s, are going to be actually in the 70s for a nice string. It's going to be great climbing weather. Once we clear out this smoke, it's going to be wonderful weather just to be outdoors for a little bit. And as I mentioned right there, towards the end of the summer here, early fall, it's going to feel right where we want it to be as far as temperatures go. Okay, here's our current air quality. So notice there in the Willamette Valley, a lot of locations in the moderate section, but on the lower end, especially around the Portland area. Yesterday, it was a little bit higher, and then definitely on Saturday. But we still have some spots where we're in the very unhealthy areas there because that Cedar Creek fire is still pushing some smoke to the east. So Central Oregon's really getting a bulk of that. And just the overall curtain of smoke is really impacting eastern Washington as well as northeast Oregon. So anyone out towards Pendleton or some of the higher elevations there, just be careful. You might want to be indoors for a little bit more than getting outside and being active for the day. All right, area of low pressure disturbance just to the west. That was helped pushing in this moisture early this morning, but that moisture came from areas of California due to a tropical storm that was earlier in the week. That is just kind of the remnant moisture that's hanging around. We are dry though now west of the Cascades, just a couple showers there off towards the east, but we can officially say 5.5 hours now without rain. We ended that streak. We started a new one. Just kind of teasing here, but we'll probably see at least a good 5 days that are going to be dry in the upcoming week. Futurecast is going to take you through the rest of today. It's showing no clouds, but just know that there'll probably be a few clouds as we go through the day. Early tomorrow morning, still some clouds in the forecast, maybe some spotty showers out towards the Oregon coast as that low pressure still moves on through. I'm not expecting a lot of moisture as we kind of cut through the week. I do have it dry with partly cloudy conditions out there. The next shot for rain, I mentioned on Saturday, we have the walk earlier in the day, but late on Saturday, we start to see this front moving on in from the northwest. And this may be another shot for some nice, cool, steady rain for us here in the Pacific Northwest. Okay, 7-day forecast. I have us in the upper 70s today, 73 for tomorrow. Mid-70s there Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then it looks like we're trending to maybe a slightly cooler forecast on Saturday and Sunday. You know, we hit 80 degrees yesterday. We'll see if that was our last 80-degree day. We'll get really close to that on today's forecast this afternoon as well, but we might have said goodbye to our last 80-degree days.
I'm okay with that. This morning I was like, is it boots? Well, no, it's not boots weather quite yet.
Yeah.
I couldn't push it that much, but
I'm
yeah.
Cool with flannels at this point.
Oh, you are? You're always cool with flannels.
Yeah,
that
I'll
and
wear them in the
tie-dye.
summer, too.
Yes.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true. Guilty.
We'll be right back with more news and a final check on your forecast.